This is my Python Mark 1. A lot of people have said, oh, I can't get involved with the Titan, I haven't got a ship. If you've got a ship, any ship, not even a Python Mark 1, you can really get involved. Some of the smaller ships might be a problem. The new Cobra Mark 5 certainly isn't. But here we are, the Python Mark 1. We're going to go through a quick AX build, switch it up a little bit and see how things go. Now what I've done here is I've built this ship up with all the things that you can get readily available from the rescue ships, with no grind at all whatsoever. So AX missile racks, I went for them. They're the enhanced AX missile racks, damage of 32. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. We've got the Guardian nanite torpedo in there. Now a lot of people have turned around and said to me, hey, what are you doing for cooling? Where's your beam laser? Where's your long range? Where's your thermal vent? I purposely didn't put this on because that's behind an engineer grind wall. And if you're new to the game, or if you haven't gone through any of the engineering, you won't have access to that. So in the utilities, I've got a heatsink launcher. Again, I've not engineered this with the engineer who does the heat sinks and the caustics. I got 2 caustic sink launchers, to be perfectly honest with you. What you could do here to aid with that is replace that module right there with a heat sink launcher, if you're that bothered about heat. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to layer up 1 caustic sink launcher. There's 5 in there. That should be ample. Right, in the core internals, military grade composite. Power plant, again, no engineering. Thrusters, there you go, 6A. Frame shift drive, now I have engineered this, but that's got nothing to do with the Titan build and the ability to bomb a Titan in it. Go out there and get some damage in it. Life support, 4D, nice and lightweight, but to be fair, at this stage of the game, it's up to you. Power distro, again, I've done nothing with it. Just bung in a 7A. And sensors, 6D, and the fuel tank, there you go, the standard. So, into the optionals, as you can imagine, I've not gone for shields on this build. It's a flying lump of metal with a cockpit attached. That's all it is. 5D, all the way down there. A 5D module, a 4D module, 3Ds as well. Got the module and the hull reinforcement. Check it out. Again, no engineering on these at all whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever. Now, here's the good thing about it. If we look at the fire groups, I have got my nanite torpedo and my missile racks. I've got my caustics and my Thargoid pulse wave neutralizer. Brilliant. That's all I need. All I need. Now, if you look at the ship, all the way down here, 3,100 of the armor health. And that's about as stock as you can get a ship like this. It's quite maneuverable. There are better ships out there, I'm sure. People with spreadsheets, well, their heads are going to be blowing off. But this is what I'm doing, and I'm just proving to you that it can be done. It can be done. Let's get back to that Titan. The AX weapons. Quite simply, get yourself to a rescue ship. They've got everything you could possibly need there to get yourself all tricked up for taking on the Thargoid. Okay, here we are on approach to the Titan. Languishing over planet Earth. We've got our fire group selected. Caustic sink launcher on the secondary fire. And as we drop in, you'll see I've got my Thargoid pulse wave neutralizer all tricked up and ready. We're going to breach the caustic cloud, the maelstrom. We're off. All pips to engines. Here we go. We're just heading straight. Right, I'm just going to press the secondary fire once and engage the caustic sinks so they deploy. Trying to keep an eye on all these caustic generators as well. Now normally on my builds I have multiple caustic sinks, but we went with heat. Right, I've just picked a caustic sink out to try and reduce that damage. We're still on our way in. Here goes another sink. Now if you've got the engineered caustic sink launcher, that's going to put you in good stead for coming in here. This is a slow old ship. Waiting for the last possible second for caustic damage. 2 sinks left. Right, the Titan's going to beef us. Moving our pips now to systems. Thargoid pulse wave neutralizer is ready. Here we go. Engage the pulse. Keeping to boosting. We've got a little bit of caustic going on. All power to the engines, Mr. Scott. Now with the faster ships like the Cobra Mark V, the Python you might have bought, the Python Mark II, you're going to get in here an awful lot quicker, an awful lot easier. There goes the sink. This is our last caustic sink. We should nearly be through. We're keeping boosting, keeping our flipper down. In hindsight, you might want to go for another caustic sink launcher. There you go. Now, we're going to go silent running. We're going to build up a bit of heat. Once we get over 100, like 120, we should start to burn off some of this damage. This is cool. We're through. There's no caustic damage left at all whatsoever. And we're through the Maelstrom into relevant safety. And there's the Titan. Right, now what we're going to do, we are going to turn off the pulse wave neutralizer. We are going to turn off the frame shift drive. We're going to turn off, because we haven't got anything left, the caustic sink launcher. We're going to change our fire grouping, the torpedoes, and you can see with this build, with no engineering at all whatsoever, right, it's 26%. Now depending on what you want to do with your engines, just quite easily glide in, you're going to get a bit of beef, right? Nanite torpedoes are on my secondary fire, all my AX missiles are on the other. We're going to swing in nice and cool. Not going to go shooting anything just yet. We're going to line ourselves up. Here we go. Now we're going to wait for the sounds, the squelching sounds. We're going to start moving. Here we go. Right. Hitting the boost. Target the vent. Torpedoes away. Moving on to the next one. Our heat is rising. Again, the heat vent. Torpedoes away. We've got to get 3 or 4. Compared to some of the other ships, this is glacial. We'll go for one more, then flip around. Right. Let's deal with all our pips. There's the core overheating. Here we go. Now if you had sensors with long range, you'd get there a little bit quicker. Fire all the missiles. Temperature's rising. Might be easier not to crash into it. Let's get out of dodge. The Titan's getting all nice and angry. Getting a bit of beef. So there you go everybody, the Python Mark 1 as an AX bomber. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Absolutely no engineering on that at all, and everything you can get from a rescue ship. Get in there, do your part. Have a little bit of fun. We don't know if this gameplay is going to remain in-game much longer, and it would be a horrible shame if you were to miss out. I've been Ricardo, thanks for watching. Get in there and do your bit. See you soon.